Spoilers! So this is the spoiler section. There are a few things that I want to say. They kill off a few of the Suicide Squad, and I kind of expected them to do that just to show the stakes and everything. Not everybody could survive. Right at the beginning of the film, they kill off Slipknot. By beginning, I don't mean the beginning, I mean an hour in, but the first 5 minutes of them being a team, they kill off Slipknot. Slipknot was the one that's all in the promotional stuff. He uses ropes and stuff. He's in the posters, he's in the artwork, everything has him. He dies in the first 5 minutes, and I'm like, I don't think he had a single line in the film. It was a really missed opportunity. They should have developed him a little bit more, then kill him. But at the same time, it was to show the rest of the squad that if they did misbehave, they would die. The other thing is that Diablo is all about family, and he accidentally killed his mom, which is why he's a bad guy. By the end of the film, he's saying to the rest of the group, I lost my family once, I'm not going to lose it again. Besides this one scene in the film that is probably one of the best scenes of the film, when they're in a bar and they're all chatting and they're just being themselves around each other, there wasn't really much camaraderie. They didn't banter, they didn't really talk. Like I said, besides Harley Quinn and Deadshot, none of the other people really had a connection with each other. So by the end of the film, when he's like, no, I've got to save everybody, I'm going to be a hero to my friends, I felt like it was a bit forced. With that, Diablo also dies. He is a fire god, and he can turn into a demon and stuff, and his powers are really cool, and I was expecting him to turn into the demon when I was watching the film. I was like, it's going to happen right at the end, and lo and behold, it happens right at the end. He turns into a demon, and he fights the bad guy, which, on a side note, doesn't have a name. Everyone just calls him Brother, so I guess that's what the bad guy's name is. The main bad guy is Enchantress, and it's her brother that is causing most of the chaos that's happening. So Diablo goes to fight Brother, and he's like, full goes Diablo. He goes crazy, and he's like a fire god, and he's like burning him with fire, melting his chest and everything, pushing him to the other side of the room in order for him to explode with a bomb, which was a really cheap way of killing him. Like, they shot him with bullets, Diablo was melting him with fire, and it took one little explosion to actually kill him. And it killed Diablo too. I'm pretty sure that shouldn't have killed him, seeing as how he's a fire god, and well, the explosions of fire. But I digress. The other thing that was a little bit annoying was Enchantress is made out to be this 6,000-year-old lady that is super powerful and can do amazing things. She can teleport instantly, she has psychic powers, she can push things with her mind and all that kind of stuff. She is a legitimate threat, and the fact that she lost her heart is the reason why Amanda Waller can control her, which is a really fine idea. But when she gets it back, she should be nigh unstoppable. They do fight her, and everything is going chaotic. They win pretty easily. They all sort of team up, and they all use their special abilities. Captain Boomerang throws a boomerang at her, Deadshot shoots her, and all this kind of stuff. And she's spinning about the room, and she's teleporting in and out, punching people and getting hurt. She should have been more powerful than that. Then she's all like, screw this, and she takes away everybody's weapons with her psychic powers. And she's all like, yep, could have done that from the start, don't know why I didn't. And then she's like, hey, you put up a good fight, come and join me, and let's destroy the world together. And the bad guys are kind of thinking to themselves, well, we kind of like the world because we like money and we like buying things, and they don't want to destroy the world, they just would rather rule it and be out of prison and, earn lots of money and stuff. So Harley Quinn defects and gets really close to her, only for her to cut out the girl's heart. They give it to Rick Flag and he kills it. That was his girlfriend, and it was like this big thing, and it was pretty sad, and they all felt for him, but they copped out, and she's actually alive. They just killed the Enchantress side of her, so now Flag get to live together, which was a nice ending, but I think it would have been more bittersweet if she had died, or if Enchantress was just severely weakened and super pissed off for the next film. And like I said in the non-spoiler section, Joker's side story was very pointless. The whole thing of him is him trying to find Harley Quinn because he realized that he's pretty much in love with her. So he goes about this by breaking into Amanda Waller's facility to find out about the neck stuff that everybody has, and then he kidnaps the doctor, and he flies all the way to this town, and then he deactivates Harley Quinn's, and he gets her on a rope and saves her, only for his plane to be shot down, and they crash. Harley Quinn falls out, and then she runs back to the rest of the Suicide Squad going, oh yeah, I just wanted to come back, that's all, and she's obviously upset because she thinks the Joker died. That's the story. Like, if they had cut that entire story out, nothing would have changed in the film. Harley Quinn would have still been part of the team, they wouldn't have had this weird little side story on the roof, they would have saved a little bit of time. So like I said, they should have really either gone a lot further with the Joker, like him actually becoming part of the team, or him becoming a bad guy that everybody has to fight, or they should have just dropped him from the story aside from the flashbacks to set up Harley Quinn as a character. Besides that, a lot of the jokes and a lot of the humor was really good, and I found myself laughing. All the stuff from the trailers were in there. Some of them were really out of context and weren't as funny in the actual movie compared to the trailer, which was a little strange, but overall I think it was pretty good. There was also some cameos from The Flash and Batman, which was really cool, and I was excited to see them. And even at the end of the film, the post-credits scene, which they finally have one, DC starting to learn, has Batman in it, which is pretty cool. My biggest gripe though is Amanda Waller is implied to know who Batman is. So just like in Batman vs Superman, every fucking person knows who Batman's secret identity is. What's the point of having a secret identity? She also knows who are the other superheroes because she has the dossier on all of the super friends, so she knows everything about everybody. Who doesn't know the secret? So my final conclusion is this. This movie was a lot of fun, it had a lot of great characters. For a DC film, it's really getting better, but it isn't quite all the way there yet. There are some very bad pacing in this film, especially towards the beginning, but it does end pretty well, and the middle part of the film is fun and exciting, if a little bit repetitive with all the fighting, because it kind of felt like, hey, we come into this thing, let's fight some bad guys, show off our abilities, let's crack a joke, let's fight the same bad guys, no variation, tell a joke, fight some more bad guys. It was a little bit repetitive, but at the same time, it was fun to watch. So in the end, I'll give this film a 5.5 out of 10, and I would say definitely watch it, because DC is learning. And with that, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you have any comments or anything, leave it down below. Maybe you thought it was a great film, or maybe you thought it was the worst film ever put into cinema. Either way, just let me know what you guys think, and bye!